Hello there, you're welcome to Let's Talk Showbiz here on the JoyNews channel. My name is Doreen Avio. So, well, over the weekend, if you were not at the National Theatre, then you missed out big time because A Detective Calls, obviously a production by Image Bureau and April Communications. Oh, it happened, let's say last month perhaps, and you missed out on it. It happened again and you missed out on it. Then I don't know what you did. But of course, our cameras were there. But the most important thing is the call for it to be shown again. It happened and lots of people were there to experience it as usual. And oh, it was simply beautiful. Let's check out how it all happened over the weekend.
Image Bureau and April Communications over the weekend at the National Theatre had a rerun of the theatrical play A Detective Calls. Players who were in there had a good laugh and a good show. And this is what they were taking away and also what they had to say about A Detective Calls by Image Bureau and April Communications.
I don't blame you, but I'm ashamed of you as well. Yes, but hey, drop that. There's every excuse for what both your mother and I did. Eaten up bad, unfortunately. That's all.
That's all.
What do you have to say?
I don't know where to start from.
Well, then don't start. Nobody wants you to.
Father, I also did things I'm ashamed of. I'm not so proud of myself, but you people are beginning to act all over again like nothing much has happened.
Well, nothing much has happened. Haven't I already said that there will be a public scandal if you were not lucky? And who here will suffer more?
I don't care about that. That's not what I'm talking about. So, you people, you haven't learned anything at all?
Well, you are quite wrong there. I have learned a lot tonight. And I hope you don't ask me what I have learned. When I look back on tonight, when I think of how we were feeling when the five of us sat down to dinner at that table.
All right, so I think I learned that we should take our time in processing most of the things that comes to us. Yes. I think that I saw over here that once we take our time to process some of the things, we can get a lot of information and then we make a decision based on that.
Great. I'm feeling great. Very, very great.
So how was the play? How was the feeling like for you?
It was nice, but I had a second thought that as human beings, we have to be extra vigilant. The way we talk to people when strangers come to us, some may pretend I'm so and so. It mustn't be true, and that. That's what I was discussing with them. So you have to be extra careful wherever you may be.
It was a beautiful play. It really went straight into my heart because it talked about how we are all connected as people, how whatever decisions we make from one person to the other affects us, all of us as a whole. So it was really something that, really hit me really hard. Yeah.
I think it's been really great, and you were there, so I'm sure you enjoyed it. But one of the things I find more appealing about it is how this particular play changes its dynamic form. That's like the plot twist. You know how I had to come back again and change the entire story, that the man wasn't a detective, and so it does bring to bear the creative aspect of the direction. So that big shout to the director, George Quay. Now, one of the things about it is that it's not just a play for you to enjoy or even laugh about it, but it has to create some sort of feeling inside of you that brings to bear a reformative outlook on your life. You need to think about what you're doing, your actions, and your repercussions of your actions. So it has to create a reflective mind frame so that everything you do every now and then you think about it. That's basically what the form of the play is. And it does border on classism in our society, discrimination. It borders about parenting. You can tell that it has a little bit of some parenting issues there. But it speaks to everybody in society. And I think that's the way to go. So
let's take it from the fact that you played the previous edition and today you are here to get it from the viewer's point of view. How was the feeling like off stage?
Well, it felt good. For once, I don't have to be rehearsing. I cram all those lines in my head. But it felt good and refreshing to just sit and soak it in and being ministered to, you know. Right. But it's a wonderful play. I mean, every time I read it or watch it or play in it, I mean, it just, the feeling, it just reminds me every time that, hey, life is short. You should be a little kind to the next person you see. We should show compassion, and our words and our deeds could make or unmake somebody. So we have to remind ourselves continuously that be a little kind to the next person you see, whether it's family, your friends, neighbors, whoever, strangers that you meet. Let's just be a little kind all the time.
Any detective, Azuma, has been recently transferred to the Cantonment Police Service. Yes, Azuma. A-Z-U-M-H. Yes, Azuma. Tall, clean shaven. Yes. Oh, I see. Oh, no. We're just having a little argument here. Well, that settles the thing. Thank you, and good night.
What did he say?
There is no Detective Azuma on the Cantonment Police Service. That gentleman is definitely not a police detective. Like Rex said, we have been pranked.
I felt it the whole time. He didn't talk like, he didn't even look.
This makes a difference, you know. It makes all the difference. It's all the difference. Of course.
I suppose you are going to prove now that you didn't keep a girl last summer instead of me.
I did keep a girl last summer. I've admitted it, and I'm sorry if you have.
Well.
Look, if you have nothing more sensible to say, I suggest you shut up. Oh, don't wait you. I suggest you shut up too. If you were a real detective and he had had confess, he would have.
Hey, Kenny. Take it easy. Rex. You don't know the rest of our crimes and idiocies.
Well, I don't want to know. What do you make of this now? Is it a prank? Yes! Someone definitely put that gentleman to it. There are so many people in this town who dislike me enough to do that. I suspect our friends here empty. We should have seen it right from the start. But coming right back on the back of our family celebration, when we were feeling so pleased with ourselves, naturally, it took me by surprise.
I wish I'd been here when that man first arrived. I would have asked him a few questions before allowing him to ask us any. You can say that now, can't you? But I was the only one who didn't give in to him. I faced him. And now I say, let's discuss this business quietly, sensibly, and find out what it is we can do.
Yes, you are right, dear. Already, we've discovered one important fact, that he was not a police detective, and we have been pranked. And this may not be the end by any means. Sure it isn't. You are? Great. Eric, sit up.
Sit down?
Yes, sit down.
And what, pretend nothing ever happened?
My thoughts exactly.
Whoever that chap was, the fact still remains. I did what I did, mother did what she did, and the rest of you did what you did. It's the same rotten story, whether it is being told to a police detective or somebody else. And according to you, I want to feel a lot better. Look, rest. I stole some money, you might as well. I don't care, let him know. That's not what is important. What I did and the rest of you did is what matters. And I still feel the same way about it. So I am sorry if I don't feel like sitting and having a nice cozy talk.
Exactly. And this is the first time one of us has said something that makes me feel a little less ashamed of us. You people are just pretending all over again like nothing much has happened.
contents doesn't alter the fact that we helped to kill an innocent girl. But did we? Of course we did. You just don't know the whole story yet.
Yes. Don't stand there looking like you didn't do that thing that you did last summer with the girl.
All right, so that was April Communications and Image Bureau's A Detective Calls. I don't know when they will air it again, but if you missed out for the second time, you missed out big time. Now, away from that, Empress Gifty is currently on a media tour, and obviously all the questions that need to be asked are being asked. And now, you know that she has a new song titled Eweyepa, and with this particular song, it's actually different from the usual Empress Gifty, kind or style of music. Obviously, singing a bit of English and then Chi. So I know that a lot of people are asking that, oh, what has changed? But, growth. So she was on Showbiz A to Z with Kwame Datsi, and Kwame Datsi decided to put that question to her that, hey, Empress, why are you, singing in English or mixing the English and Chi lately? And here's her response to that.
Nowadays, you like singing in English, pal. What is changing, Empress?
Nothing. I think my traveling and the kind of people that I meet, I've learned a lot. Because sometimes when you go outside and you want to minister, sometimes you need to explain your song, tell them what the song about.
You've had that experience before?
Yes, like 2 times.
Wow.
Yes, so I try to infuse the English. Yes, so
English.
Yes, it's true. So you would understand.
So that was Empress Gifty, and for me, her video for Eweyepa is everything. Very beautiful video, of course, with a new style of music, English and Chi. Now, away from that, Gamro has also been in the news. The whole Akose Japan back and forth, and now the press conference that was held, now they can collect money, but they can't distribute to musicians and all that. So the conversation actually continued on Showbiz A to Z on Joy FM, and the chairman for Gamro, that's Rex Omar, was there. And he just wants you to know that when it comes to the collection of money for the works of musicians, Gamro is the best in Ghana. So if you are even collecting whatever you are doing, at the end of the day, Gamro is the best. They do their work and they make sure musicians actually receive their monies. But this time, I don't know what's going to happen after this presser they held recently.
I am not one of those people who just start to build the house and people start complaining and you quit. Because where we have gotten to, if I quit now, which I can do here and now, which I will not lose anything, it means
where have you gotten to in building the house? Where have you gotten to?
Where we've gotten to is now. Gamro, I can say that is the most structured collective management.
Lentil level?
We've gotten to lentil level that, in fact, we are almost at the roofing. Most of our problem is legislative. People don't know that in this country, we don't have a law that tells you that music is played at a price per duration. So, for example, if I bring you our log sheets and you have played music for 10 million times, I cannot charge you based on the logs. All of you are paying flat rate. So all these things are the things that the regulator